What's up, everybody? Todd here with Citizen Defense. So the topic of this video is going to be, as the title alludes to, is it okay to slap the trigger? Yes, it is okay to slap the trigger. All right, so this here is my PDP. It is absolutely clear, nothing in the chamber. Hammer down, right? All right, so what do I mean by slapping the trigger? A lot of people say that you should prep and press, right? So prep to the wall, press through the last remainder of the trigger. Okay, when we talk about slapping the trigger, it's going to be where your finger is completely off the trigger and you completely press through. There's no prep or anything. You're just going to press straight through the wall, completely through the entire trigger. All right, now why do I think it's okay to slap the trigger? A lot of people do it, and I used to be a prep and presser, and I am no longer a prep and presser because I want to shoot fast and push my limitations on speed and accuracy. Okay, and the only way I'm going to do that is by slapping this trigger. There are probably people that shoot at speed, prepping and pressing, or what I would refer to as kind of catching the reset, not necessarily riding the reset. But so if you were to fire, okay, all right, let's reset. They're going to just catch it right there. Okay, they're going to try to short stroke it. Now, generally, I guess you could say, my finger doesn't come off the trigger, so I guess I do that, but I'm not prepping to the wall and pressing through. Now, when I am drawing to first shot, my finger is off the trigger in the trigger guard, and I'm pressing through that shot. Okay, I don't have it prepped to the wall because I also think in a defensive situation, if you have it prepped to the wall and something happens, that's your habit of doing so. That's when mistakes can happen, right? We shoot things that we don't mean to shoot, and it's a bad situation for everybody, right? So you should be able to go from, that safe finger index down to the trigger and press through your shot without moving your sights. Okay, so that is something that you should be able to do, in my opinion. Now, how do we go about training to understand how we slap the trigger, right? And how we slap the trigger that in a way that it doesn't affect our shooting, because ultimately it shouldn't. Our trigger finger should not be influencing our shooting. And with that, we need to make sure that we have good trigger finger isolation, right? We're pivoting at that hinge. We're not putting all this input into the gun. Now, if we start doing this, we can run the trigger a lot faster, along with making sure that we have a good grip on the gun. We're high on the back strap. We're not grabbing hard with this hand, and we're crushing with this one, right? So we're allowing to have the most dexterity that we can in this finger, okay? And that's going to allow us to just slap through the trigger, okay? Now, a good drill that I saw Ben Steger talk about, and I'm 100%, man. I took this from him. I use it for people that are just getting used to starting to shoot at speed because it works, man. And I give credit where credit is due. So this is a simple drill you can do in your home. It's a dry fire drill. Okay, you have your firearm set. You're going to get your grip. Take your timer if you have one. If you don't have one, it's fine. I've done it without it as well. And so you're going to get a sight picture, you get a good grip, and whenever you set your timer to random or you decide to, you have your finger off the trigger, right? Or just at the trigger. Okay, when you decide to or the buzzer goes off, you're going to press through the trigger all the way. Okay, had a little trigger freeze there. All right, but you're just going to press through, and what you're looking for in doing that is having your sight move very little to none at all. All right, so we're just going to sit here and press through, press through, press through. I'm not seeing any movement in my sights. I got a little sympathetic movement in my firing hand here because I'm getting a little tight on my grip. That's fine, adjust it. So that's all you need to do to get adequated with slapping the trigger. Now, once you get in the habit of doing this, I think you're going to learn that this makes a lot more sense, not only for shooting in speed, but also accuracy, because you can press through the trigger when you're coming from draw to first shot, see red, press through, and you're not prepping and pressing, trying to make that accurate first shot on target. And so this works for me all the way out to 25 yards. Okay, if I do any draw to first shots or even bill drills after that far, I am drawing and I am coming up. I see red on target where I want to press through the shot. Okay, I don't sit there, prep and press and think about it, because then my mind gets too caught up in thinking about the trigger press instead of thinking about my grip and my visual confirmation. Okay, trigger should be running in the background. So I hope this helps somebody out. If you're a prep and pest person, leave it down in the comments. If you're a slap the trigger finger person, leave that down in the comments too. All right, let's get the conversation started about how this could be beneficial to somebody. Someone that maybe is a prep and press has another take on this. Go ahead and talk about that in there as well. Okay, so I hope this helps some people out in your training journey. Hope everybody has a great week. And until next time, y'all stay safe.